Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Plexar Plex kit. This is by Innokin. It is a tube mod. It's sort of like a mechanical mod, but it has a whole bunch of safeties. And also it takes two different size batteries, which is 2700s and 18650s. Those are the ones that are recommended in the manuals and stuff. It does take 21700s, but the only one that I know of that it takes is my 40T Samsung. That's the only one that I've been able to put in there that would fit. Anything else I've had, it doesn't fit, but it does fit all my 2700s and my 18650s, of course, with the battery sleeve. The tank actually holds 4 mils of e-liquid. The tank does come with the Scion 3D mesh coil, so you get really good flavor because of the mesh. I mean, Innokin is like awesome for mesh coils. I know that in their other tanks, I've actually loved the flavor of them. This one is no different. It does come in 4 different colors. It comes in this gray, it comes in black, white, and also like an army green. I do love the gray. I didn't know if I would like it, but I really do. In person, the gray is really nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go down. We'll talk more about it. I'll come back up and I'll give you my pros and cons. So let's go ahead and look at the Plexar Plex Kit by Innokin. Okay, so here we are with the Plexar Plex kit. It is a 100-watt kit, and this is by Innokin. Inside the package, you're going to get your USB cable. You're also going to get this packet here. The packet will actually have like all your warranty and safety cards. So this is going to give you your warranty safety information. You're also going to get your warranty card. You're going to get your battery care guide, which I really like. It tells you to be careful of your batteries. You're also going to get, in addition to that, you're going to be getting this little pamphlet that's going to give you a little bit of like just quick information about it. It does take both 2700s and 18650 batteries. It does come with the sleeve, which I'm going to be showing you. So you're going to get your tube mod or stick mod. Then you're going to get your 18650 battery adapter. You're going to get an extra bubble glass. You're going to get your tank with 1 coil in it and a bubble glass. You're going to get an extra coil, and then you're going to get some extra O-rings and gaskets. This is the tank. It is a 24 millimeter tank. It does have bottom airflow, just 2 little slits. Whatever you do to one side will happen to the other, so you can just go ahead and move it. It does have it on a stopper. You do have an 810 drip tip, but this is the one with the O-rings in it. And then you've got that little arrow right there, so you have to be really careful to find that arrow. It's kind of hard with the drip tip on it with these colors because it kind of cuts off that arrow. So once you see the arrow, all you do is you just push it back like this. It's really stiff. I like how hard it is to open, so that way it'll lock into place. And then there's your fill port, and then it locks right back into place. And then on the bottom, you do have a protruding 510, but I would never recommend this on any type of a hybrid mech device. And then to get into it, you're just going to open it up. If you need to change the glass or clean it, this is where you would do it. On the inside, you're going to get this really beefy coil. Both coils are pretty beefy, honestly. These are actually your Scion 3D mesh coils. They are made of Kanthal, and this is a 0.14, 60 to 100 watts, the 3D. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is a mesh coil, and it's really beefy. Like look at that airflow. Look at that. You can see the hole from the bottom. This is actually the base that it screws into. And yeah, the other coil is the same exact coil. They gave you 2 of the same coils. I'll just show you that real quick. So again, this is the 0.14, another Kanthal coil, 60 to 100 watts. This device does have a max output wattage of 100 watts, and that's with a 2700 battery. Now you can actually fit, well, I can actually fit this 21700 battery in it. This is a 40T, Samsung 40T. My Galeasis don't fit, but that one does. So I can use a 21700 that is this brand, but not all brands will fit. So it is made for 2700 and 18650. So I want to mention that. Now to put this in, I always recommend turning it the opposite way first before you actually click it into place, making sure that it clicks. Once you hear it click, go ahead and screw it in. This is to ensure that it's actually threaded correctly. And then once you have that in, you want to go ahead and prime up your coil. House Party Cheesecake Oh my God, this stuff is so good. If you like cheesecake flavors, then you'll love this. You got to check out my review for this. What I'm going to do is go ahead and just wet the cotton on the outside. Again, this is a big, big, beefy coil. It has a lot of cotton, so helping it this way is actually going to help you saturate the coil a lot faster, or the cotton within the coil a lot faster. So I suggest going ahead and doing that, and then you're just going to screw this back into the base. Once this is screwed in, then you're going to go ahead and just fill it. The arrow, find the arrow, open it up, and then go ahead and put in your e-liquid. This does hold 4 mils of e-liquid with the bubble glass, which it comes with. Both of them are the same size, so you will get 4 mils of e-liquid with your bubble glass. Being that it is this size, I really would have expected it to be more of like 5 to 6 mils of e-liquid, because it's not a small tank, especially with the bubble glass, but because that coil is so big, it's taking up a lot of the space, so you're only going to get 4 mils of e-liquid. So let's go ahead and take a look at the mod now. This is the tube mod that they have. It's semi-regulated, or it's actually regulated, but it's more like semi-mechanical, if you want to say. Very, very lightweight, has no battery in it. It does have a spring-loaded 510, so it is not a hybrid whatsoever. It does have your firing button here and your USB cable here. The firing button is 3 times to turn it on, 3 times to turn it off. That's all you have to do. It does say Plexar right there. On the bottom, you've got some nice battery ventilation, which I really, really like. And to put in your batteries, or to change your batteries, all you do is you just open it up like this. And that's the negative, and then the positive, which I doubt that you can see because of the lighting, but the positive symbol is down there. It does have a plastic lining in it, which I do like, but this is like a gold plate right here. So it is like a gold plating here. Now the material of this, it feels like it's metal, or like an aluminum metal, but it's more like a brushed paint. That's how I feel that it is. It's like a brushed paint. It's not super smooth, but it's not rough either. It's really hard to explain. It's a really nice gripping material, so I do like that. And again, you can use your 18650 batteries with your battery adapter. You can also use a 2700 battery, or if you have the Samsung 30T, or I would guess the 40T would probably, this is the 40T. So the 30T should fit as well. And they slide right in, and all you do is just put the cap right on, screw it down, and that's pretty much it. Once you do, turn it on, 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. You're gonna see the lights light up. Now when you're firing it, if the light is green, it's fully charged. If it's blue, it's halfway charged. And if it turns red, then it's low. You wanna go ahead and change out your battery. Now I know that it comes with a USB port. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like in a pinch and you really have to do it. Anytime you have any type of external batteries, I always recommend to charge it externally. It actually helps with the lifetime of the battery as well as your mod itself. So even though they do give you this, I would only use it for emergencies, to be totally honest. Again, 3 different type of batteries, depending on the third type. The 21700s, it really depends on which ones you have. Not all of them will fit. My Ghaleesi did not fit, and then I just thought to try this one, and it worked, so I'm happy with it, so yay. But yeah, it does fit any 2700s or 18650s with the battery sleeve, which I was rocking it this way as well. And this is my standard Ghaleesi S30, and it fits just perfectly in there. So yeah, so let's go ahead and put the tank on here. And it does come in 4 different colors. This is the gray. It comes in black, white, and army green also. And it just fits absolutely perfectly. It just looks great, in my opinion. So that is the Plexar Plex Kit, 100 watt kit by Innokin. So let's go ahead and go on top, and we'll talk more about it. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Plexar Plex Kit by Innokin. So before anything, I'm going to go ahead and have a vape, and then we'll talk more about it. Absolutely amazing flavor. I know exactly what this cheesecake tastes like. Ever since I tasted it, I've wanted nothing but this cheesecake. It's absolutely delicious. These coils, the mesh coils, are absolutely phenomenal, just like their other mesh coils. I think that their coils are just getting even better and better, if you can even say that, because they've already been so good. But to me, it's like the flavor just keeps improving with every device that they have. Now on this, there are a couple cons for me. The first con is going to be the drip tip. I don't want to sound negative, but I'm really, really tired of the 810s with the O-rings. I would love just to be able to just use any 810 drip tip with any of the kits that I get, especially any of the tanks. I really just feel like they should have already gone to that instead of actually having the O-rings. It's not a huge deal. It's not a money breaker. I mean, I would still get this kit even with this type of drip tip because I can have more made. But it's time for 810s now. It's time for true goon style 810 drip tips, in my opinion. Another con is actually going to be the fact that it does take 21700s, but the only one that I have that it takes is the 40T Samsung battery. I don't know about any of the other Samsung batteries. I'm guessing that they would fit, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's because of the type of battery wrap that they put on the batteries or not, but any of my other 21700s will not fit except for my 40T. Now, on the positive note, it was only made for 2700s and 18650s. I'm stretching it by using a 21700, but that leads to my con, which it should have been made for 21700. If it was just a tiny bit little bigger, maybe a millimeter or two, it would fit any 21700s. And I just feel that that's necessary, especially nowadays that most of the newer kits coming out do take all 3 batteries. Now for the positive notes. Positive. Number one, even with the 21700 battery in it, it's not heavy. I love that. This is super, super lightweight for a mod like this. It's very, very lightweight, very ergonomic in your hand. I love the paint finish that it has, that type of like a brushed paint or some, I don't even know what it's called, but I love that feel to it. 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off. You can't get easier than that. Super, super easy for the mod. It's easy to take out the battery, put it back in, and it's really clearly indicated, which I do like. It's also got plenty of battery ventilation, which for me is very, very important, especially with a device like this. It's not a fully mechanical mod, but it's not fully regulated either. It does have a lot of protection features, but it's not full regulated because there is no real way to regulate it since it just takes the battery and it's done. Now, again, it does have safety features, so you don't have to worry about it. This kit, in my opinion, would actually be for those like maybe that you want to get it to use an RDA on it, which I've already been doing. So yeah, it does work with an RDA just fine. I do like using it with the RDA because it keeps it compact, it keeps it small, and it just fits in it. Being that this does have the capacity up to 100 watts, it hits really, really well. So I really like that. I think that anybody that's switching maybe from just a regulated device and wants to get into possibly tube mods in the future, this would be a nice switch over so that you can get used to taking out your batteries and putting them back in and, you know, making sure that your device is off. And so it does have the protection features, or else it wouldn't have an on and off because unregulated devices or mechanical mods do not have an on and off. The coils are absolutely the flavor is just amazing on this. And the airflow, in my opinion, is not too loud. I like it when it sounds muffled. I feel like I know I'm going to have a really good vape. I don't know how to explain it to you, but just having like that muffled type of airflow, it makes it, I know for a fact that I'm going to get flavor and I'm going to get clouds because that's the noise I'm used to when I get flavor and clouds, I guess. But yeah, so that's awesome. I like the top fill. I like the fact that it's so hard. When you go to push it, you have to push it kind of hard for it to click back and then click back into place, because if it's too loose, it can open up really, really easy. So I do like that they did that. I like the 4 colors that it comes in. It's very simple: black, white, gray, and that army green. Just 4 simple colors. I think that's great. And then the best part about this is that it only runs about $40 for the whole kit. That to me is awesome. Usually you're paying about $25-30 for a tank. So for an extra $10, you're actually getting the mod itself as well. And if you're wanting something to put another device on it, or an RDA or something like this, this would probably be your best bet. I really like that. Other than that, the airflow is immense. I love the airflow, even though it only has the 2, and I really like triangular type of airflows. I still feel like I'm getting a really, really good vape out of this. I'm going to shut it down just so that you can hear it halfway. I usually vape it all the way open, so I don't even vape it halfway. It does restrict the vape a little bit. It does give it more of a restriction, But for me, I think that you get better flavor with it all the way open. That's my opinion. I love the fact 3 clicks on and off. That you can't get any easier. And anything with Heineken is usually 3 clicks on and off. Another pro I do want to mention is that they actually put the material of the coil on the coil. They actually wrote Kanthal on the coil. A lot of times you're getting so many of these devices and they do not indicate what material the coils are made out of. I don't know if I got something on my face. So I'm like looking at myself and I'm like, oh, I think I have something. But yeah, so they do give you the material of the coils right on the coil. So you don't have to look for it. You don't have to look in a book. You don't have to look it up. You actually know that the material is a Kanthal coil. So that to me is a huge pro because a lot of people aren't doing that anymore. So yeah, so that's it for my review. If you like the review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next one.